In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to trade options on Robinhood Legend. I've gone ahead and I've deposited $500 into my Robinhood account, and we're first going to start by covering how to place an option order. So when you first open Legend, you are going to see the stock trading tab is pulled up. Now, I've left everything here as default, so you should see exactly what I see upon logging in. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to toggle over to options trading, and that is going to open up the options trading interface. So what we can see here is the options chain. We have the buy and sell buttons, and we have the call and put buttons. So we're always going to be buying a call or buying a put, and then we've got the expiration dates. Now with options, you have to choose an expiration date, at which point your contracts are going to expire. And after 9 years of trading, I've found that the most ideal expiration date for day trading is going to be within 2 weeks or 14 days to expiration. So when we're looking at these SPY contracts, and you can see here next to the search tab, I have just looked up the SPY S&P 500 options contracts, and we can go out here to the June 23rd, 14 days to expiration contracts. Anything within 14 days, we will look to day trade. Now, if you're swing trading, ideally anything more than 14 days, but less than 2 months. So somewhere within less than 52 days ideally, but more than 14 days, these are going to be great contracts to look to swing trade. Now, the closer the expiration, the riskier; the further the expiration, the safer. But it's that easy. You just open up the expiration dates there, and you could choose, let's say, the June 9th 0 DTE contracts. Now, on the left-hand side, we have our strike prices. Okay. The current share price of SPY is $726.82. You can see that right here. So we've got the 727s, 728s, 726s, 725s, and we are looking to buy a call. So when it comes to choosing a strike price, anything below the current share price, so the 726s, 725s, and we can keep going down here, these are what's known as in the money contracts. Now, on the other hand, if we're buying a call, anything above the current share price, the 728s, 730s, and we can keep going up here, these are what's known as out of the money contracts. Now, in the money contracts, the ones below the current share price are going to be safer. Out of the money contracts, the ones above the current share price are going to be riskier. And if we flip over to the puts, it's just going to be the opposite. Anything above the current share price, these are now going to be in the money. Anything below the current share price, these are now going to be out of the money. On the top hand screen here, we can see we're looking at the SPY chart. This is a 1-minute candlestick chart. So if we click on any of the contracts here, you can see everything is synced up with green, green, green. So my entire dashboard here, and you can add or remove widgets, is all synced to look at whatever I have pulled up under green, which is going to be SPY. And so let's say we want to buy the 729 calls. We click on those. You should now see the option to toggle from underlying to option. And now what we're looking at is the option contract itself. And this is the 1-minute candle chart of the actual contract. And this is a great feature, so you can quickly toggle between looking at SPY itself, and this is obviously going to be the share price of SPY, to the actual option contract that you want to trade. Now we've got our volume, our open interest, our chance of profit, delta, ask, and you can customize this top row here. Now, the most important thing when you go to buy an option contract is making sure that there is enough volume and open interest. Now with SPY, it's not going to ever be an issue unless you maybe look to buy a contract that is so far in the money or so far out of the money. You can see these 500 calls only have 15 in volume and 0 in open interest. And if you want to quickly toggle back to the current at the money strike, you just click on the share price there, and you can see above 727 out of the money, below 727 in the money, and all of these are going to have a ton of volume, right? Because these are going to be the contracts that are being traded the most right now. Volume represents the current amount of contracts that have exchanged hands between a buyer and seller, or seller and buyer, on that given day. Open interest represents the amount of contracts that are currently being held as of yesterday by other traders. And if we want to, we can go ahead and we can customize columns. And let's say we don't want to look at delta, but we want to look at theta. Now we can see theta. Theta is just time decay, and it represents how much those contracts, that one given contract that you're looking to buy, is going to cost per day to hold. Because remember, options are paid to play. Each and every day you hold that contract, it's going to cost to hold it. And those contracts contracts that expire 1 day, 2 day, 3 days to expiration, the closer the expiration, the more expensive those contracts are going to be to hold and the higher theta will be. If you want to learn the lifelong skill of trading, I've been running this mentorship over the last several years. I've been helping hundreds of traders just like you find that consistent profitability in the market. You'll be able to actually sit over my shoulder, watch me on a live Discord call, enter and exit trades, and you'll be able to follow along and copy those trades yourself and make or lose money just depending on how I'm doing. Well, at the same time, you will be able to learn all of this in a whole lot more depth and detail and find the strategies to actually decide what stock do I trade and what direction do I bet on it going? Do I buy a call or do I buy a put? But now you actually have to find a way to locate that stock and choose that directional bias. And so hopefully I can help you there. The link is in the description below. Now we understand when we're looking at the ask side here. And again, you could just go to these 3 dots here, customize columns, and you can add in any of these data points you want to see. Now we can clean things up here. We can remove theta, we can remove chance of profit, and we'll just keep on volume and open interest. And then we can currently see the ask. So what are those current contracts that we're looking at going for? How much do they cost? And we understand options are leveraged. So when you buy one option contract, you now hold essentially 100 shares of that stock. And that's why options are great for those that are looking to start trading with a smaller account. You know, maybe $5,000 to $10,000 will go a lot further than, say, for example, if you just were buying shares of that stock, right? Because one share maybe costs $500, where that one share you buy will only give you one share, right? But an option contract, for example, these SPY 723 calls, they cost $500. And if we bought one $500 call, now we own the equivalent leverage of 100 shares of SPY. And so that means we would need $50,000 to have that same equivalent leverage. Now, I've worked with hundreds of traders over the last several years, teaching them how to find consistent profitability in the options market. And so we want to understand that there is a huge amount of risk that comes with options trading. Now, a lot of traders I work with come into my mentorship. They think, hey, well, these 0 DTE contracts, they're going to be cheaper. And the further out of the money contracts, well, these are also cheaper, right? Because we understand the closer the expiration and the further out of the money, the riskier. And they're riskier because, simply put, there is less of a chance or less of a probability that you'll actually end up making money on those. And so a beginner thinks, hey, I want to buy something that's cheap, maybe because my account is a little bit smaller. Let me go out here and buy these contracts that are only $70 or only $18. And remember, these are not 18 cents or 23 cents. These are $23 or $18 because of that leverage we're getting. We have 100 shares. So just don't think you're buying one contract for 18 cents because it's really $18. Okay, so we're going to buy an option contract. I'm going to show you how to enter and exit, and we're going to do this live. We might end up making money or losing money, and who knows? You'll have to stick until the end to see if this trade ends up playing out in our favor or not. Now, full disclaimer, I'm buying a random contract for the purpose of this video to teach you how to use this platform. Now, in reality, you want to always go into each and every trade with a trade plan, knowing where you're looking to get out for a win or a loss. Now, let's say in theory, we want to buy contracts that are one space in the money. So we're going to be buying a call, and we're going to look to buy the 728 call. And you can also click on this little arrow and toggle down to see the bid, the ask, and a couple of other data points here, including volume and open interest. Now, it's crucial that you understand what the bid and the ask is. We can see that here, and we can also see that if we were to click on the contract itself. And this is where the actual order grid pops up, where we can actually go ahead and then place that order to buy those contracts. And we can see how these numbers are shifting. And so the difference between the mark and the ask, well, that is going to be at what is known as our spread. And because these contracts are traded by a lot of people, there's only going to be a $1 to $2 spread on these. The difference between the mark is 230, 231, it's fluctuating, and the ask is, well, right now you could see these contracts are losing value, but it's going to be a $1 to $2 difference, somewhere around there. Now, if we went to buy contracts that are so far out of the money, make sure they have a little bit of liquidity behind them. Like these have 178 in open interest and 70,000 in volume today. And we clicked on these, well, we could see 44.44. Okay, so these have a ton of volume, but that volume was more than likely earlier today because so far today, if we're looking at the underlying, SPY has pulled back. So if we clicked on these 743 calls, we can see now that our mark is 5 and our ask is 5. But if you go to a random stock, like let's say ASML, we'll open up ASML here, and you can see now we're looking at the ASML options chain, and we go way out of the money, and we're looking at the closest expiration now, which is going to be 3 days to expiration, and we open up these 2080 calls. We can see here our mark is going to be 65 and our ask is going to be 105, and that is a huge spread. That is a spread that is almost the equivalent of 40 to 45% the value of that option contract. So what that means is that when we're going to buy a contract, there's always someone on the other end of the transaction. We're always buying from someone or we're selling to someone, and it's very rare that there is going to be an agreement where the buyers are looking to buy and the sellers are looking to sell at the same exact price. There's always going to be someone out there that thinks their contracts are worth a lot more than they are, and their orders sitting out there waiting to be filled. And so this creates this discrepancy in what the actual price of those contracts is. And so this difference where buyers are looking to buy at and sellers are looking to sell at creates this spread, this discrepancy in price. So whenever you go to buy an option contract, make sure you're always aware of what that spread is. And if we're going to buy a contract, let's head back over to SPY here because I'm not going to want to buy these. And let's go to the 0 DTE contracts and let's look to buy these 728, one in the money. Click on the ask side. We could see here our order type is limit. We want to buy to open. Make sure you never click sell to open if you're trying to just buy the outright contract, unless you're trading a different option strategy, as in maybe it's debit spread, maybe it's a credit spread, maybe you're selling because you own the shares. Generally, you don't want to sell something that you don't own. If you're a beginner, and the way I trade especially is I'm only buying to open, okay? Whether that's a call or whether that's a put. We always want to make sure it's buy to open, okay? Let's say we want to buy to open this one contract. Obviously, we can buy more if we want to. I only have $500 in here, so we could only buy 2. Now, we could send in a limit or a market order or a stop limit. Now, these are going to be the most popular, limit or market. A market order, you could send through. The market order is going to get filled right away. You're just saying, hey, I'm okay paying whatever someone is willing to sell these contracts to me for. I don't need to specify a price that I want to get filled at. I'm just trying to get in. And so with a market order, you're typically going to end up paying a little bit more than those contracts are probably worth. You're going to pay the ask side. So instead of paying the mark, which is going to be lower, you're going to pay the ask, which is going to be a little bit higher. So when I go to get filled on a contract, every morning when I'm trading live in front of the mentorship, we pay a lot of attention and make sure that we're always getting the best fill price possible, which means going in with a limit order and actually looking at the spread and making sure we're sending in that limit order based off of the mark. So the best fill price possible when we go to buy is going to obviously be the least, right? We want to buy something for cheap and hopefully sell it for more. So if you come in and you, instead of buying the mark, buy the ask, you're actually paying a little bit more for the contracts than you actually could. Okay, let's just say, again, random here, buy a put, because we've been talking a lot about calls, and we're going to go to one in the money. We'll open these up. We're going to go in with a limit order here at a price of 329 or maybe even 328. Okay, now if we send in a limit order, that might get filled. It might not get filled. Again, your limit order might actually never get filled. It just depends on how fast price moves away from you. And you can see these contracts are jumping up in value like crazy. They already cost $30 more than they did 2 minutes ago. So we can send this order in here. Look at that. Now they're worth 376 and they're moving really fast because right now SPY is pulling back. And now they're over $4. And if I click buy a second ago, we could have made 20-30%. And that's how fast you can make money trading these option contracts. And these are really risky because they're 0 DTE. And you can see how they're creeping further and further in the money. Okay, so let's just buy one right now. I don't care what we're going to get filled at. Let's say I want to go in with a market order. We're going to buy one contract. I'm going to click on buy SPY put. You can see it's sending, working, and it's filled. And now I'm currently in this one SPY put. We have our positions on the right-hand side here. You can see my recent orders. I had a bunch of orders yesterday when I was figuring out how the platform works because I don't use Robinhood to trade on. I use Thinkorswim, and I'm not sponsored or endorsed by any trading platform. Just want to give you guys the options out there and show you how to go about trading options and hopefully give you some education as well. Not just how to use the platform, but At this point, we understand that the closer the expiration, the riskier, the further out the expiration, the safer, the further in the money, the safer, the further out of the money, the riskier. And we can see our P&L open, okay, our P&L percentage. So right now we're down $6, or now we're down 11. And you can see how these are fluctuating and they're moving very fast. We're down 2%, we're down $26, we're down 9%. If SPY starts to move up right now, we're going to end up losing money. And so when you're ready to close that trade, you're just going to click on close and you're going to say, hey, I want to sell to close. Okay. And we can choose a limit or a market order, and you're just going to click on sell put. And it's that simple. Now we're down about $40. We're just going to close these to show you how it works. Let's say we want to go in with a limit order this time because the market is moving very fast. SPY is moving very fast right now. That bid in the ask is going to be shifting and adjusting so fast. And so it might be hard to actually place a limit order and get filled right away. You're probably going to have to wait a little bit. And again, it might end up moving away from you. You might not actually end up getting filled. So let's go ahead here and let's just go out with a market order. Again, I'm going to lose a little bit more than I should just to show you how this works. Okay, we lost $40. That's okay. And now let's say we want to buy a call. We're going to click on buy call, and we can go a little bit out of the money here just for the example. Let's buy the 729 call. We're going to click on the call. We're going to click on market, and we're going to click on buy SPY. Sending. And filled. And now we're in that SPY call. And so it's fine. I'm still up $1,560 on the day. That was like a 70% trade too, which was crazy. Now I don't have any indicators on my chart right now. If we did want to add an indicator, I can go up here. I can click on this icon and we can click on add indicator. And let's say I want to look at the RSI. And then maybe we want to add an EMA to our chart. And so you can add indicators there. And again, you can toggle to look at the underlying or the options. So this is going to be the actual contract we're in. And you can see here my one contract that I bought and how much it's currently up. And you can see these contracts today have been losing value all day because of their calls, and obviously SPY has been selling off throughout today. If you want, you can go ahead and you can add a widget and you can customize your dashboard here. Okay, so we could go ahead and we could say, hey, we want to put a chart down here. We can do that. Or maybe we want to add some recent orders over here, and we can go ahead and customize the entire layout. Or we want to remove my watch list. Now maybe we want to make this a little bit wider here. We'll remove this. Now we can have a little bit of a bigger view of the options chain. Maybe we need to add in a couple more data points. And so there's a lot you can customize here to find your ideal layout. Let's remove these two indicators, and it looks like I'm currently up $18 or 19%. So let's go ahead, let's close these, right? We understand now. We click on close, we click on, let's say, market, sell SPY, and there we go. We locked in a little bit of profit, recovered a bit of our losses. Don't let this be you. Again, this was just to show you how to use the platform. Don't come in, don't gamble without a strategy, without real education. You're going to end up starting out, you're going to end up throwing money into a really risky contract, as I did in this video, and you're probably going to end up losing money. So I will put a link in the description below if you want to trade live with me every single morning and have access to see and copy my exact trades. I hope to see you over there, and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Later.